Story time before story time. I just walked in here to start filming and there was a man hanging outside the window. Apparently it's window cleaning day. Scared the shit out of me. It was just really not the start that I expected. Cool. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna have a little story time. A couple weekends ago, Joe and I went on a walk. A hike. It's a bit hard to say for sure. Hike feels like it entails a lot of kind of rigorousness. And this wasn't rigorous for anyone but me, so probably just a walk. I tried to record a video talking about this sooner, but honestly I think I still hadn't recovered from the walk. So I'm trying again, trying to put a little bit more pizzazz, because no one wants to hear a story without pizzazz, right? Yeah. Here's where it started. So there's this Facebook Messenger group of people who live in London. And our friend Jordan puts in there, hey, let's go on a walk on the South Coast. And I'm thinking, I don't mind a bit of walking. I love the South Coast. It's beautiful down there. Why not? So I say, yeah, Joe and I are down. Let's do this. The problem is, he sent through some details about the walk, and for whatever reason, I decided not to fully look at them. Mistake number one. A week before said walk is actually about to happen. Maybe a few days. It's all a blur to me now. Jordan sends through another message saying, make sure you wear the right shoes since it's a 14-mile walk. 14 miles? 14 miles? 14 miles? It's at this point that I start looking through the health app on my phone to see, have I ever walked 14 miles? Because, you know, Joe and I traveled last year. We did a lot of walking around different cities. I realized I could walk further than I thought I could. I'm like, maybe this will be fine. The most that I'd ever walked was probably 7, 8 miles, not 14, half of 14. Here's the thing. I'm from Oklahoma. In Oklahoma, we don't really walk places. The furthest you're ever gonna have to walk is when the Walmart parking lot is really full and you have to park all the way in the back. It's not to say that, you know, no one walks or exercises. It's just that we don't get places by walking. That's just not how we live our lives. I guess I should probably say that, like, I'm overgeneralizing because, you know what, maybe there is someone in Oklahoma who does that, but I don't know them. It will come as no surprise to anyone that I'm not exactly that into fitness, working out, exercising. It's just not really my thing. I want to make it my thing. Well, maybe not my thing, but I'm trying to incorporate it more. I'm trying to get better at it. It's just never been natural for me. It's uncomfortable. So pairing that with growing up not walking places, basically I'm like 26 years behind everyone else. Everyone here grew up going for, Joe walked to school every day, long walks on the weekend, or they walk places, they walk fast. It doesn't even faze them. It took me probably 6 months after moving to England for my calves to stop hurting. Every day that I walked anywhere, I would come home and my calves would be sore because I just did not have those muscles built up. That doesn't happen anymore. I can walk around and, you know, I get knee pain, chest pain. Sure, I'll get knee pain, hip pain, ankle pain, but my calves don't hurt anymore. I just have an old, broken down body already. My family has lots of bad knees, etc. We start breaking down younger and younger with each generation. But my calves are built up now, okay? But none of that prepared me for walking what ended up being 18 miles. No, not just 14 miles. Let's throw on another 4, because why not? Why not make it 18? The other thing is that walking with other people, there's this whole thing of, I can walk on flat surfaces fairly well, but put me on a hill and I'm gonna fall behind everyone else. I just can't keep up. I'm sorry, I wish I was different, but I'm not. Then, as you may know, I have anxiety, which means that when I'm walking with a group of people and I start falling behind, I start getting anxious. I start getting embarrassed. I'm like, oh my God, I'm that overweight person who can't keep up. I'm falling behind everyone else. I'm being awkward. Everyone's having to wait for me. I'm holding everyone up. It is a lot to process. We could talk about Norway with Joe's family last year. I was trailing in the back, walking downhill, not even uphill because, again, bad knees. We could talk about Morocco, where we went to the Sahara Desert and it took me like a ridiculous amount of time to get to the top of the sand dune with everyone else. Everyone else is just like, walk straight up. I mean, yeah, it was a little bit difficult, but they just got up. Then there's me, halfway up, having to sit down, have a little cry, take some pictures to pretend like I'm stopping to take pictures when I'm really just out of breath. Anxiety is building. By the time I got to the top, I was just crying. I pulled myself out of it because I was in the frickin' Sahara Desert. Like, Sahara? I'm not gonna sit there crying the whole time, but it wasn't pretty. We could also talk about the time that I went to LA with Joe and Tyler, and we decided to go hiking in Runyon Canyon. The thing is, we weren't even supposed to go hiking through the canyon. We basically got an Uber to the highest point, took a look over it, and then we were supposed to just peace out. But then Tyler and Joe were like, oh, this looks really cool. Let's just hike through here. Wrong. It wasn't even that hot, but it was hot. You know, the thing about Runyon Canyon is you have to go on a trail. You can't just walk out. You have to find the way out. Did we do that? No. We went off some God knows what trail. It wasn't a trail. It was just started feeling like I was going to pass out. I think I get altitude sickness. I'm probably just out of shape. But I get hot easily. I get sick when I'm in high altitudes. We got stuck. I'm trying not to cry because I genuinely think I might die out there. I have to pee, but where am I gonna pee? There's no shade anywhere. We find out that in order to get out, we have to climb further up. So there's me trying to climb this frickin' rocks, going back down. I threw up while I was up there. Basically, I have a history of ruining walking experiences for other people. So why I decided to go on this walk is beyond me, but you know, I like my friends. I like hanging out with them. So I decided to go for it. Mistake number 2, I don't have hiking boots. I have Adidas. People say Adidas here, and actually the correct pronunciation is Adidas. Anyway, I was wearing Superstars. They're fine for walking long distances that aren't 14 miles or 18 miles, but they're not appropriate for 18 miles. They're pretty worn down. Mistake number 3, even though I knew it was a long walk, for some asinine reason, I thought it was gonna be mostly flat. Here's the thing. I knew that we were going down to Seven Sisters Cliffs. Why did I think that we were gonna be casually walking alongside the cliffs? I don't know. They're cliffs. Of course there's gonna be hills. Did I think about that? No. If I had thought about that, would I have gone? No. So for the first 2 hours of walking, I was okay. It was mostly flat. We basically just had to walk all the way around this inlet of water. It was pretty chill. I was feeling fine. But then we get to the cliffs and suddenly it's not so fine anymore. So then everyone else starts getting ahead of me, then having to stop and let me catch up. Joe's kind of walking slowly alongside of me, trying to be nice, but also I'm assuming he's like, come on girl, speed it up. It just turns into this stressful experience. I don't see half of it. I took my camera, mistake, in a backpack, mistake. What is that? 4, 5 mistakes so far? I took my camera thinking I'll document lots of the beautiful scenery, make a pretty video for YouTube. Oh, here's the ocean. Here's the Seven Sisters. Isn't it beautiful? I don't think I even got a video of the Seven Sisters because I was dying. I'm recording a video. I ended up putting the camera in the backpack, didn't get it out the rest of the day, ended up having to give Joe the backpack to carry, which shout out to him for carrying that because he didn't want to bring a backpack. And I was like, no, I think this is what I want to bring to carry my stuff. But then I was struggling so much that I couldn't carry it, and he very nicely carried it for me. I didn't deserve that, you know? I should have paid the consequences for my own mistakes, but also I might still be walking if he hadn't taken the backpack. So Joe was helping me. My friend Jess was giving me her water, trying to keep me hydrated, keep me going. They're giving me words of encouragement. Honestly, they were all lovely for not getting pissed off at me. I mean, they could have been pissed off internally, but they didn't show that to me, so thanks, guys. We decide that we're gonna stop at this pub. We're walking and we're walking. You can't see what's on the other side. All you see are hills. Every time I go over one, I'm like, maybe this is the last one. And then I get to the top and it's like, no, there's another one. I think there's 8. James is here. I'm back. We're climbing hill after hill. I'm looking for this pub. It's never there. It's ever further. That didn't make sense. I've honestly never been so happy to see a pub in my life. And I love the pub. We sat down. I got a double rum and coke because I thought maybe this will be what I need to keep going. It wasn't. It mostly just made me tired. I just wanted to lie down and never move again. I briefly considered getting a bus the rest of the way, but to be honest, I didn't know if there was a bus. I didn't know how much it would be. I can't chicken out now, you know? I've got to finish this. So I did. But we start going. My feet are killing me. I forgot to cut my toenails before going. It feels a little bit gross to talk about, but it happens. That was getting very uncomfortable. But I basically stopped to address that. Tore one of my nails too far and my toe started bleeding. Jess got me a Band-Aid. I wrapped up my toes, ready to get going again, put my shoes back on, and I was like, I can't wear these anymore. We were on a grassy bit. I was like, I'll just try walking barefoot for a while. It was so much more comfortable. Taking my shoes off made me feel so much better. My feet felt better. I felt at one with nature, connecting to the earth, rounded. I don't know. I felt a lot better. But then, of course, eventually, the grassy part came to an end, and I had to put my shoes back on. It was so painful. We walked into Eastbourne. I have a hard time with English cities because a lot of times they aren't pronounced the way that I think they would be. I think it's Eastbourne.
Stand on egg.
Only gonna stand on the egg.
I'm like, cool, we're here, we've arrived. I'm finally almost done with this. But then we just keep walking and walking and walking and walking and walking. We finally get in the city and I'm like, cool, where are we going for dinner? Because it's time for me to sit down and get some food. The first pub that we went into was full. There were no tables, so we had to walk on. Found this little fish and chip shop. I barely remember eating, drank some wine, tried to forget that my feet existed. Ow. So, yeah. I did survive. I did live to tell the tale. And I do feel, in a way, proud of it, even though there was literally blood, sweat, and tears involved. But I made it, you know? I did it. I walked 18 miles in one day and survived. I will probably never do it again, but I did it once, and that's enough. Also, it's a very, very beautiful place to go for a walk. I feel very grateful that I was able to go to such a beautiful place and experience it. But it would have been nice if I could have actually experienced it and not just been blinded by pain. There you have it. Story time with Kayla.
Story time with Kayla.
I really shouldn't sing. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment and tell me what you want to see next. All that good stuff.